Okay, abusuya be mako abasho nkoso edeba POG Media so. Ya de beko political highway so highway ne de. Ensem bebre wo so ayen so ya age pene se be me abidwafo no ahu de eko ene de eba ye mbonra yensem no. Abusuya J.Mensah finally wababonten be share overwhelm message sa ene ensema waka awde declare John Dramani Mahama as winner enye asem keto akra. Finally J.Mensah aba abonten abato no ekoso no omma abonten emba mbekasa about parliamentary resource and the presidential resource no. J.Mensah mom yanko na yanko nkoti ensema otuja sisi ano masa what the congratulation message no ama John Dramani Mahama abusia enye easy client Simon Brand ebe pese be makọ na makwakoti ensema ekos na asa na ebekọ no or some can be a fashion your comment section like and I share my for so answer into me and can be aha POG Media so
yeah line says some person mu agents ni free or no ko hwe gum and na but relate boys so pick line no fa mo sizongo fo ni bi no so koye ka e wo table no ho and no ma ko fa soldier fo aba na soldier fo no so ntimi ma table no na o bo take am we adi yes soldier member ho and no to because then this for na e wa mensia sound and no na astan for na ye o ma dwene say se ye sha se ye be bu MPP for no o mo nyi wo mo da. The reason why you want to be on Kontoko Kumasi say Kumasi fund deserted them,
and I also think it's because more campaign killers. Was a killers now a better organized boys. And think now kill and the fact was that not a Akroma for no desert woman. Oma brewomo. Ya to abani re bantima ya na bantima. Here baako ohu MPP ni bi. O say eh timomre. Ozi mobre ozi wetia se abontiase mobre ade afam ko mobre media to wrap it. I will say one of the experience, to be honest with you, se men si for man ko grounds bi anka be me ya because 2020 me ti studio dey catch them say NDC lose. So this time around we decided that yeah on air the NBI you be for yes you are from they are go fear the executives they hi Tom here no fire
there be Tom
but 3,500
and me accreditation say me komra you go police station the MPP ni humia hey we the journalist politician. You have the journalist politician.
When I am professional journalist.
Journalist politician. Yeah, fee idea you say yeah. You was in Bawumia media house Dima now by when this Dima. Now was Bawumia. Yeah, fee idea. How you say? Ghana fire dear Otu.
Why dear?
You almost akachano mu yinu Domiko Abenya. And you say Suhumu so omu yibi. And Ashaman. That's how many made. There are some Pamfa Akuffo the bodyguard and why make you know. Allow you no crown coho. But media they can't say with the cattle.
Gun it you.
I dear Bia MPP fire for the past 8 years, they'll pay for it.
Manzio.
MPP will pay for their sins, for their deeds. For their crimes
for the past 8 years.
For the past 8 years. They'll pay, they and their boys will pay for it. Samuel boys. Double them, they should prepare. They should double things. Ebia, and this security system, it will shock them.
This time I'm fine.
May say it will shock them. We say some people they win and Kasamo Massa attacking Akuffo Mufie. NDC, they won't do that. Maybe they may mean a chance for this leader.
No, NDC will do that.
Fair.
NDC will do that.
Me more plans.
Early days yet.
Me a journalist.
NDC will do that.
Okay.
Me be a professional journalist.
Me a journalist. Me nya politics.
Me so sir.
Di me nim so mbe yo. So me yo.
Me kra me den dey.
Who do you to?
Dabi.
Who people that?
Me da me opani yi. Me ko fa no.
Ko tie beka.
Ya me dey ensantwe adwuma ya na ma ya. Na me dey ewo ho. Enti me dey me nim so o mo be yes ade no a. Ba se me bobie.
Yeah.
Na me ye NDC leader.
Yeah.
Me do nyame enka ma Akuffo Addo muso asu.
I can tell you, the team is underground. Early days yet.
Okay. Say mo dey mo nam.
Early days.
Enti mo dey bia mo nim. Me dey bia ye nim dey ekoso.
Bam na jani aka no obi no me na me say. I am na kai.
E bia ni oni omo nam no. Onye sa no mo dwen.
Dey bia on heavyweight. Me cry dey training.
Ko tie beka.
Waba, cross so quickly and call electoral commission. Mamma, that's nothing into a pompo, you be declare Yanko quit in the walker. You best live on Accra 100.5 FM in case my friend I'm joining electoral commission. I say, Kwamna Bobi and some common in some renti. You can see a crossover now, Ecofa feed. No, whilst we are working on it to get that feed, you can join us on Facebook. Now, so the Wadrin Abba. Na senior me reckon there I can promise you sir will be our first state asset. Stay tuned. I'm telling you, stay tuned. There is no way so before we do Akroma.
The commission, however, broke that record in 2020 and was able to declare the results in 48 hours. However, 23 hours following the close of polls, we have received requests and some questions from the general public as to when to expect the results. I'm happy to announce that the results have come in from the Akuffo region, and we are expecting that from here on we'll start seeing the results coming in. We thought that it's important to update our citizenry on the process for the collation of results as it pertains to our CI 127, because the questions that we have received from the citizens is that the political parties have results and they have the pink sheets from the polling stations, and indeed it is true that all the political parties are giving copies of the results at the polling station level. I think this heightens the level of transparency. But under the CI 127 we also have a process for the collation of the results, and it does not stop at the polling station. It does not stop at the receipt of pink sheets from the polling stations. Ours is quite an elaborate process that involves the political party agents at every step of the way. Additionally, it involves the observers, the media, and citizens as well. And the process emanates from the pink sheets, and it's important to note that the pink sheets form the basis of the results that are announced, whether it is at the constituency level for parliamentary candidates or whether it is at the national level for presidential candidates. But it starts and emanates from the pink sheets at the polling station. Once the results are counted at the polling station and parties are satisfied with the count of the ballot papers, they then go on to fill out the pink sheets, after which party agents sign on to these pink sheets and are provided with copies. As you may be aware, a copy of those pink sheets are posted at every polling station across the country. From there, the pink sheets are sent to the Constituency Collation Center, where you have the agents of the parties as well. And right at the collation center, no counting is done. What is done is simply to collate the results from the pink sheets, and this is done at the Constituency Collation Center. It is done in the presence of the agents of the parties and observers and media partners, and once parties are satisfied, they go on to sign the collation forms provided at the Constituency Collation Center. They are also giving copies of these, and a copy is also pasted at the Constituency Collation Center. From the Constituency Collation Center, the results travel to the region, where party agents are also present. Again, this is not a counting process. As I mentioned, the pink sheets form the basis of the results that are announced and the results that are collated. But the results from the constituency are also collated at the regional level. Once parties are satisfied, the regional results collation forms and the summary forms are filled, and the parties sign on to these. And they are giving copies of these forms. It is at this level that the results are then faxed to the head office, that is at the National Collation Center. Again, the results come through fax, and it is done in the full glare of the party agents who receive the fax, and they review it against what they may have received from their respective parties. If they are happy and it conforms to what they have received, they then endorse it. After endorsement, the results are projected and as provisional results. Those provisional results are brought to the commission and we scrutinize it. And as the returning officer for the presidential, I go on to sign this. I'd like to ask that citizens exercise patience. It's just been 23 hours since the close of polls. The process is elaborate, it is inclusive, it involves the political parties and observers at every step. And the whole idea is to ensure that what comes up at the end of the day has involved, it's a bottom-up approach that has involved all the agents at all levels. And at the end of the day, what comes up is acceptable by all the candidates and their supporters and the citizens as well. So this is the elaborate process we have. And we thought that this afternoon it was important to allay the fears and the anxieties of citizens. The commission is going to intend and will uphold the will of the people as expressed at the polls, and that will is what has been captured on the pink sheets. However, it's important that we exercise patience, we take our time, and we are very thorough in producing the results at the national level. As we speak, we have had results coming from Akuffo, and we are expecting more results coming in the next few hours. We are trusting, we believe that within 72 hours, and this has been the norm, we should be able to declare the results of the presidential election. As I indicated, we broke that record in 2020 and declared it in 48 hours. But we do have 72 hours within which to declare the presidential results. Of course, if all the results come in the next hour and we review them, we would not wait until 72 hours or 48 hours before we do so. It's important to mention also that the delays in some of the collation centers has resulted from the besieging of our centers by supporters of the parties. In the anxiety and in the excitement, some supporters of political parties have besieged our collation offices, making it difficult in some cases for our officers to carry out their functions. We have spoken directly with the leadership of the political parties, and we've asked them to recall their supporters. We believe that this should be done, and our supporters, our staff should have an unhindered access and the free space to collate the results. So as I mentioned, we are looking forward to seeing the results. Of course, in cases where it's impossible to collate results for a particular constituency, where it would not affect the outcome, and where the winner would still emerge winner with at least 50% plus one, the decision has been taken by the commission to proceed with those results, even if we don't have certain constituencies as part of the final results. Once we come up with the final results, we would look at that and include it. But in order not to waste time where there's some difficulty to collate constituency results, we will proceed to collate the presidential results without it, and so long as it does not affect the outcome of the final result. So we'd like to thank you very much for your attention, and we believe that in the next few hours we should be receiving some of the results. As I indicated, we have received the results from the Akuffo region, and we believe that the others would be coming soon. Before I end, I'd like to assure you, I think the Commission has walked the walk of transparency. We have walked the walk of accountability. We have walked the walk of responsiveness, and we have walked the walk of inclusiveness. And this has been evident from the very start of our electoral calendar, that is in the preparation of the voters' register to date. I think that the evidence is clear. The matter speaks for itself, as my colleagues in law would state. And the transparent manner in which we have conducted ourselves has ensured that this election has been peaceful, it has been credible, it has been fair, and it has been acceptable by all stakeholders. So we'd like to assure you and assure all the people of Ghana that it is the will of the people as expressed at the polls that has been reflected on the pink sheets that will travel from the polling station to the constituency, to the region, and to the National Collation Center that would be declared at the end of the day. It is the people's choice as President of the Republic of Ghana that would be announced, and we believe, so help us God.
Okay, so that's it live on Akroma 100.5 FM. Mahama J.Mensah, Electoral Commissioner, and on Central for Asia AD and Commoner. Na yenso you fi ha no mo a yehwe na yenso yahwe nsem no asi ne koso na nia okan no ne tofa bom ne tietiem nyina ne se oman Ghana nya botre na nka me akoye se baabi nkakra ho no mo a enya meduru ye na periperi ye a opese fa no ntuma pefra enti opese wonya botre no mo ye ne nyina yi na ni onim ne se emra ma hokwan se wonya 50% plus one it me declare as president, and I'm sure so can't wait because when so be 50% plus one. In fact, John Dramani Mahama and more than that the that name or mining tenancy send a bear or best share many in a ye na emre pem sem ritiaka crem said don't shirika cremono or my cradwa or me deba babetuja enti we near or the tuja or sanso can say generally no elections no akwasum dwe kwanso. Even though there are pockets of violence here and there, in fact, or can say near any say a chitafo nubi amanyoku na chitafo nubi ABCG coalition centers nibi enye nika. Eti ya J.Mensah edit some yeno no. Techi Addo director of communications ma yabo so kind spare parts community ni na mira ha yabete nika but main ko eye domi kwabenya na mimi entwetwe enkomo yedika abomu nkyeremu da hello mbacho
abusua we ne ensema ekoso our political highway so J.Mensah NHS ode sa ensem we ababetu dwa chese wa congratulate John Dramani Mahama as president of Ghana enye easy cry yebeda masesa mo je pene kokoti sa all the way e de MI aha POG Media so damase